Hey you guys, welcome to week 8 of our read alouds. This week we're going to be comparing stories. One of the stories you've already heard before, so that will be on Wednesday. But here's a new one that we haven't read yet called The Jones Family Express. Let's see. Written by Javaka Steptoe. The Jones Family Express. Ooh, look at all these postcards and letters. Every summer, for as long as I can remember, my Aunt Carolyn has gone traveling. Sometimes she would go out of the country, and other times she just got on a train and visited different places. She always had funny stories to tell when she returned. I thought Aunt Carolyn's stories were so much fun that once, when I was 3, I hid in her suitcase so she would take me with her. She was so tickled, she promised to send me a postcard from every place she went until I was old enough to travel with her. Grandma had to read the postcards to me at first, but as I got older, I read them myself. Those postcards always made me feel special. The next morning, I woke up to the smell of Grandma's pancakes. "Get up, Sean," I said, poking him in his ribs. "It's time to get up." We got dressed and ran downstairs. "Good morning, Grandma," we sang as we sat down to heaping plates of her buttery, syrupy pancakes. Uncle Charles walked in, grumpy as usual. Sean and I covered our plates with our arms because Uncle Charles liked to take bites of your food. "Stop it, Charles," Grandma said just as he reached for one of my pancakes. "I only do it out of love," Uncle Charles replied, acting all innocent. "I want to make sure it's not poison." I think he was being silly. When we reached the vestibule door, we heard country music blasting. That could mean only one thing: Granddad. I didn't want to get trapped having to help Granddad make his secret barbecue sauce that everybody knew the secret to. Besides, Granddad liked to tell long stories. "Sean," I said, "go talk to Granddad. I'll be out in a minute." As soon as Sean was gone, I ran up to my room, climbed out the window onto our neighbor's tool shed, and made my way past her garden to the street. Then I headed toward Nordstrand Avenue. Next, I went to Miss Ruby's shop. She's from Jamaica. She had lots of handmade things in her store, and I loved the way she talked. "Hey, sweetie, how you do?" Miss Ruby asked. "I'm looking for a surprise for my Aunt Carolyn," I answered, looking around the shop. "I've saved up $10.75. "Okay," Miss Ruby said. "She must be really special. You see anything you might like?" "What about that picture frame?" I said. "Aunt Carolyn loves elephants." "That one kinda expensive," she said. "It cost $27. I put on my best smile and told her I was a little short. "You short for true," she said and chuckled. "If you did have a little more money, I would sell it to you. But sorry, my love, the money too short. You see a next one that you like?" I looked around but didn't see anything else. "No, thank you," I said. I left Miss Ruby's feeling a little down. We went to Uncle Charles's house, which was pretty junky. He had some of everything there: bike parts, old toys, magazines, radios, VCRs, you name it. Uncle Charles started rummaging around his apartment, looking for things that might be useful. Every few minutes, he would hold up something weird. "What about this?" Uncle Charles would ask. I would shake my head no. "You've got to give me some help here," Uncle Charles complained after I said no to several things. So I started digging around. All of a sudden, there it was, the perfect thing. "Look at this," I said, holding up a big toy train. It needed a lot of fixing up. The paint was peeling off, and some of the windows were broken, but I could see it had potential. I got busy right away. I had to work fast if I was going to finish it in time to meet Aunt Carolyn at the train station. "So what do you have there, Stephen?" Aunt Carolyn asked, pointing to the package under my arm. It's a surprise for you, I said as I handed her the package. Without saying a word, Aunt Carolyn opened her gift. As soon as she got the wrapping off, she put the train up to her face and turned it around and around. Stephen, Aunt Carolyn said, and gave a big laugh. This is the best present anyone has ever given me. The Jones Family Express. Eagerly they passed around the train, and everyone took real long, careful looks. Sometimes people laughed or made comments. Yes, said Uncle Charles, that sure is Grandma always on the phone. Look at the afros on Uncle Charles and Aunt Marcia, Grandma said, rolling her eyes. The Jones Family Express. That sure is right, said Granddad, chuckling. Everyone liked the train, even Sean, who made a face and said I should have chosen a better picture of him. The rest of the day flew by. Aunt Carolyn put her train on an old cake stand in the kitchen window where everyone could see it. Granddad cooked his best batch of barbecue ever. There were so many greasy barbecue-stained little kids running around that it looked as if they had been in a mud fight. Sean actually won the rap contest. The band liked him so much they let him be a special guest DJ until it was time to pack up the music. The most surprising thing of all was that Uncle Charles bought ice cream for everybody with my $10 and didn't try to eat anyone else's but his own. The end.